On this episode of the Visual Magic Show, we'll take a look at Luke's brand new book, I Risk Losing My Job Just to Make a Point, and we'll give you the chance to win some exclusive Visual Magic Store merch and maybe even a visit from Luke himself. What's up, guys? It's DK here for Visual Magic Store, and as you might have noticed from the intro, this show finally has a title. Big shout out to Charlie for suggesting the Visual Magic Show. Make sure to reach out to us so you can claim your prize. You know, in retrospect, it makes a lot of sense that we would name it Visual Magic Show. It's the same acronym as the actual store. Literally, all we had to do was change one word. We could have just changed store for show. Would have had the name. I mean, Charlie, we did 66% of the work for you. Honestly, we should just send you the sleeves of the t-shirt. But in all seriousness, congratulations, Charlie, and thank you so much for the suggestion. If you guys want to be a winner like Charlie and get some exclusive Visual Magic Store merch, then make sure to stick around to the end of the video because I'm going to tell you how you might be able to win some and maybe even a visit from Luke. But for now, let's go ahead and get into the membership recap. Since the last episode, there are now 2 new items in the OC Fans membership. The first is Pencil Restoration, which allows you to take a pencil that's been sharpened within an inch of its life and instantly restore it to its original length. There's also Kung Fu Band-Aid, which is Luke's organic take on the Kung Fu penetration effect. As always, this and 54 other incredible effects are available to you instantly when you sign up for the OC Fans membership. And if you choose the yearly option, you'll save nearly 60% and you'll receive a free Visual Magic Store tote bag. Before we move into the next part of the show, I think it's important I mention that this segment might be canceled after this episode. And also next episode, there might be a new host. And I might be completely fired from Visual Magic Store. But I can't hold this in any longer. It's time for DK's Rant and Rave. It's me, future DK, editing this footage. Yeah, this entire Rant and Rave section, out of focus. So, yeah, enjoy the nice in-focus shots of the uncut sheet behind me, and hopefully the fact that my face is blurry does not make this less funny. That's right, I'm going rogue this episode, baby. I'm taking aim at my own boss, Mr. Luke Oslin himself, founder of the Visual Magic Store. Now, I think it's pretty safe to say that the track record for magicians publicly criticizing the companies that they work for hasn't been great, particularly in the last week. But I think my chances of making it out unscathed are a lot higher because Luke seems willing to take constructive criticism and he's not allowed to own a gun. This is a bit of a tangent, but what was this rebranding campaign, huh? If you showed this video to somebody with no context, they would think it was a really weak ad for the NRA or a really aggressive ad for Microsoft. Also, the tagline, Back to Black, really? I mean, considering this, that is pretty ironic. That being said, based on what we've seen this week, controversy clearly drives traffic, so now that I've burned that bridge, let's see if I can go 2 for 2. Last year, Luke released an effect called Sweet Disposition, which allows you to take loose sugar in your hand and visually form it into a solid sugar cube. Now, if you watched last week's episode, you know that one of my biggest pet peeves is poor naming choices. Whether it's Now You See Me Too or Oreo O's, I don't pull my punches. I'm not afraid to take shots. And this episode is no different. So Luke, I'm talking directly to you through the camera right now. Why did you not call it Sugar Cubed? Written out like this. I mean, it's right in front of your face. It perfectly describes the effect. That's almost as bad as us not naming this Visual Magic Show right from the start. Picking the name Sweet Disposition is like when somebody suggests getting Pizza Hut for dinner. Yeah, sure, it's pizza. It'll get the job done. But I can think of 5 better options for pizza off the top of my head. They say that nobody out-pizzas the Hut, but that is complete BS. Everybody out-pizzas the Hut. I'm coming in hot this episode. I mean, I'm taking shots at Illusionist, Pizza Hut. Hey, yo, Brad, you gotta tell me, did Papa John hack your Twitter account? Because that's what it's... Oh no, I'm gonna get canceled for that one. Anyway, back to the whole naming thing. Even if somebody pronounces sugar cubed wrong, like they don't understand how exponents work, and they come up to you and they're like, hey, you seen that trick Sugar 3 by Luke Oslin? It still works because it sounds like sugar-free. Oh my God, and I just realized if a British person mispronounces it with the right accent, it still sounds perfectly fine. Like, brother, you seen that new trick by Luke Oslin, sugar-free? I don't know what accent that is. It's not British. But you know what? To give Luke credit where credit is due, it is an amazing effect. It was the second most popular trick at Blackpool this year. All I'm saying is, if you had named it Sugar Cubed, would have been number 1. That's all I'm saying. All All right, well, now I feel like I have to make up for all that smack I just talked. So for the Rave section of this week's show, we're going to be talking about Luke's new book, Visual AF Magic Tricks. This book is amazing, and I promise you I am not just saying that. I genuinely think this book is awesome. It's like taking a look at Luke's personal notebook. You're going to get 20 of his most visual effects, and in addition to all the written instruction that you get in the book and the little anecdotes and the forward from Joel, you also get 2 hours of video instruction. Also, if you think the cover art is amazing, you should see the inside of the book. There are genuinely illustrations in here that I want to hang up as posters in my room. It is crazy. This thing has been reviewed and recommended by a ton of magicians, including Craig Petty, Rory Adams, Nicholas Lawrence, Joel M. I mean, you would be crazy not to pick this book up. But if for whatever reason you're still on the fence about picking up this book, make sure to stick around to the end of the video because Luke is doing something pretty crazy for all the people that pre-order. For this episode's creator highlight, we're taking a look at Kempton Magician. He's an Essex-based magician that's been performing a ton of stuff from the membership on Instagram, including the Lit Vanish, Botox, and using the utility bag. So huge shout out to you, Kempton. Everybody make sure to go give him a follow. And if you want to be featured on a future episode of the Visual Magic Show, make sure to use the hashtag OCFans on Instagram and TikTok. Earlier in the show, I already raved about how much I love Luke's new book, Visual AF Magic Tricks. But what I didn't tell you guys is that if you pre-order the book before March 14th on our site, you might have the chance to meet Luke. And that's because Luke is going to be selecting random orders to hand deliver. Now, obviously not everybody's going to get their order hand delivered, but you still have the chance to get some free Visual Magic Store gear because Luke is going to be randomly putting in things like the tote bag and the cookies and cream deck of cards. So if you want to pre-order the book, head over to visualmagicstore.com. And once you've pre-ordered, you'll automatically be entered into the giveaway. Well, guys, that's all I've got for you today. If you enjoyed this episode of the show, make sure to leave a like as well as a comment down below. And while you're here, make sure you're subscribed to the YouTube channel so you don't miss any future videos. If you want to follow us on Instagram, you can find us at Visual Magic Store. And if you want to follow me, you can find me at DK Magician. As always, I'm DK here for Visual Magic Store. Spread the love and peace out.